Hello YouTube, this is Wake Angel 2001, and forgive the blank stage, but I'm going to set the scene a little bit first. Remember when I ended my last video and I said that Dollar Tree is a haven for all kinds of cheap toys, whether they're trying to get rid of toy lines that weren't all that successful, like the BotBots, or other little novelty things. Usually when you go into the toy section of a Dollar Tree, you're just going to find like little pharmacy fare, like little sticky ninjas that you throw on walls, maybe some knockoff building block sets that look like Legos and might be compatible with Legos but aren't Legos. You know, little things like that, like maybe some Chinese bootlegs of G1 Transformers from the 80s. Remember when I was talking about the Micromasters? Yeah, like I see Micromaster knockoffs at Dollar Tree. But what if Dollar Tree was actually the primary distribution chain for an original series of figures? Like, they made a series of legitimate action figures with their own backstory and history that was actually meant to be its own new franchise distributed through Dollar Tree. Could such a thing exist? Ladies and gentlemen, I present Final Faction, which is, I just realized, off camera. Yes, Final Faction, kind of a G.I. Joe style thing. These are some very basic little action figures. There's, they're $1 a piece, and they have a whole thing. On the back, they have a backstory, and in the year 2050, a large asteroid collided with our moon. Among the debris, we discovered a hibernating alien mothership. Now, the Karn are awake, and they want to plunder our precious natural resources. So we recruited teams of special operatives to defend Earth from the alien threat. They are the Final Faction! And it even has a little QR code so you can watch the cartoon. I scanned this QR code. It takes you to a YouTube link. So if you want to go ahead and pause the video and scan it, or you can just go to www.finalfaction.com. I can't really find any other details on like the company that makes this. Like imported by in USA. Greenbrier International? Are they the ones that made the toys, or just the ones that imported it from wherever they're made? I have no idea. But I am getting a very old school toy feel from this. Look, it even has a thing where you have like the character bio with all their stats, and the thing. Ruck specializes in ground artillery. He uses heavy weapons that attach to his body to stave off the enemy. Born in the cold valleys of Austria, Ruck has a warm, compassionate heart, but is very competitive with his friend Steel. And look, there's even perforations where you can cut this part of the card off to basically make this into like a trading card. So like that's some old school stuff there. So yeah, I just read off Ruck, and here is his buddy Steel, apparently the Team Black guy. Like, I'm getting some Geordie LaForge energy from the way he has those shades on that cover his eyes. Kind of reminds me of the visor. And what's his story? As a boy in warm plains of Africa, oh god, this grammar, Steel dreamed of soaring like a bird. Now a highly trained air resource, Steel has multiple specialized air packs for any mission. Nerves of Steel make him the team's greatest asset in the sky. Then we get this dude. Dude, look at this guy. Steadfast. The Master Sergeant. I'm guessing since he's a Master Sergeant, he must be the leader. Born and raised in the USA, Steadfast is the leader of Alpha Team. Highly experienced in special operations, combat rescue, Steadfast lost his left arm and was gravely injured during the first Karn raid. Ah, yeah, so that explains why he kind of looks like knockoff, Cable? Yeah, Cable. You know, from X-Men. between like the glowing eye and the cybernetic arm, I really think they were trying to go with some Cable vibes here. Then of course you gotta have your obligatory girl of the team, Shift, the specialist. I'm loving this card art. It looks so cheesy. Like, I haven't opened these figures yet because I just wanted to show off this card art first, and the way they're packaged, I don't think it would be possible to get it off without destroying it. So let's see. Living in the mountains of East Asia, Shift was groomed to be a warrior from childhood. Trained in every form of combat, Shift is a force to be reckoned with. There has yet to be anyone who could challenge her skill. Okay, so she's like the best combat fighter. And I will notice that they do come with iconic things, like this dude has a helmet and a giant gun. The guy that flies comes with a wing pack. This dude comes with a gas can. And of course she has swords, because, you know, combat specialist. And then of course is the robot, Akram, augmented combat rescue mech. He's by far the biggest and heftiest of the figures so far. Let's see. The Akram is a breakthrough in virtual reality tech. A helmet and special suit allows piloting of the mech via a modular system. This mech is adaptable and aids in all combat and rescue missions. The Akram is currently piloted by Boyd, a 15-year-old disabled boy. Oh, there's some background story. This is actually like a remote-controlled golem that a man in the chair sits in to be on the field without having to leave, you know, wherever the handicapped people are, like home, hospital room, whatever. And they even have extra weapon packs, special covert ops weapons. Let's see. Yep. Like, everything here has its own description. The Owl Eyes, Phoenix Pack, Spurg, Dawn and Dusk, Lion Fang. Like, everything here has a name. It's hilarious. And of course, there's also a big old gun pack, which also, like, the Skyflower, Rabid Wolf, Angry Ape, the Railgun, the Tattooist. Oh, wow. So yeah, like, five figures, two accessory weapon packs. So we got ourselves a whole hero team and all their gear for $7. Of course, what is a superhero team without enemies to fight? So we, of course, have to have the Karn. So these are the alien menaces that we face. And I love how the blister bubble is like shaped around the mandibles and stuff. Like, these things are barely contained. This is the Hive class Brute. According to the description, the Karn Brute class specializes in power and destruction. They have very low intelligence and are controlled by a commander. Tank weapons are not able to penetrate a brute's skin. It's usually a team effort to bring these beasts down. This kind of reminds me of something out of Halo. That's probably what they're going for. Then, of course, there is the Synthoid. I think this is my favorite of the aliens. The Karn have very advanced technology that are autonomous, and they have a synthetic biology and are highly intelligent. Synthoids are used in all Karn operations similar to the final faction Akram, and they are not to be underestimated. So the aliens have their own robots, although they're like biomechs. And of course we have what I'm guessing is supposed to pass for the alien leader, or like a Hive class drone. Like these are like the closest thing they have to people. As far as I'm aware, like yeah, there's only 3 of them. The Karn drone class is a basic grunt used for combat and labor operations. Not highly intelligent, but more intelligent than a brute, and able to accomplish a moderate mission task. They can occasionally guide a brute to target of interest. So yeah, like these are your laborers, and they can serve as commanders on the field. And then I remembered that this table doesn't have like a lip that goes all the way across. It has a gap. And then of course these guys have their own weapon packs. The Burrower, the Core Blaster, the Zapper. And specific packs to upgrade the Synthoid, like the Battle Arm, the Trap Arm, and the Needle Arm. Again, Needle Arm getting huge Halo vibes here. And of course the Quake Arms, which the Grabber, the Acid Spitter, and the Spike Launcher. I think these are meant for the drone? Either the drone or the brute, I don't know. Like, given the smaller size, I'm guessing that's for the drone. So yeah, so an additional $6 gets you all the bad guys and all their gear too. So look at that. I just collected an entire action figure series and all of the upgrade weapons for a grand total of $13. Like, that's actually quite the bargain. But now, let's go ahead and open these figures up and see if they are worth even that relatively paltry amount. Alright, my friends, I have to speak humbly here. When I bought these things at the store, I was fully expecting to make a video where I'm like, oh har har, look at these pieces of crap, they fall apart so easily, I can't believe, ah ha ha ha. But no, my friends, I stand before you quite humbled in all truth, because despite everything, despite the low price tag, these things are actually pretty damn decent. These are good. Like, they're very basic 5 points of articulation Kenner style figures, but like, I've seen some of those collectible Kenner figures like sold individually for 10 to 15 bucks. These are only $1 and they're just as good. It's just that they're not famous recognizable characters. The plastic on them feels solid. Their joints have good their joints have good friction so they can hold poses. They all stand well. They can all wield their accessories just fine. And they have pretty decent paint jobs. I mean, nothing spectacular, but considering that they're $1 and most dollar knockoff toys are usually lucky to have any paint at all, like, these are good. Like, they're perfectly fine, good figures. This is a pretty nice set, which I could recommend if you want to have just like a whole collection of figures for on the cheap, because remember, like, what's standing before you is $8 worth of toys. Like, for $8 you can get every figure and you have this. And then for an extra $5, you can get all their upgrades and accessory packs. It's very accessible. So, I'm a little bit humbled, and I gotta give them credit where it's due. These are good toys. That being said, let's get up close and personal to each of them.